And we do this especially in some areas that we have agreed upon with the government, which is what we call green transition. So this means agriculture, it means green energy, in the area of education, but also in the area of governance. These are the broader areas in which we are supporting Sierra Leonean projects. This year, we have signed two important agreements. One agreement on the UN-EU Spotlight Initiative. This is a worldwide initiative of the European Union and the United Nations to support governments in their fight against SGBV. And I'm very happy to see that the Sierra Leonean government and the Sierra Leonean civil society are strongly working against SGBV. And by this program, there is a possibility with the force also of the United Nations and also with the civil society and the government to give a support. Then secondly, this year we have signed one agreement which focuses on working and supporting the Ministry of Trade and other bodies for supporting Sierra Leonean initiatives for a better business climate, which is very important because, I mean, the government knows and we all know you only can succeed in implementing the big five if the private sector is involved, and therefore you need a good doing business environment. And today in the afternoon, I'm very happy about that. We will sign an agreement on a new project with the Minister of Finance, which is called Nature Nourishes. It's a very innovative project which combines the protection of nature, agriculture, and education. So some of the sectors we are working in, for example, promoting homegrown school feeding, in promoting a stronger support to local councils, in giving also a support to the government's efforts to reduce deforestation. And the interesting thing of this program is that it contains a strong budget support element, which is for us now a new way to work with the government of Sierra Leone. And we believe that this will also help to strengthen the position of the Minister of Finance to implement the public finance management reforms, which are important for the functioning of government activities.
Yes, we shall look at the activities of the European Union in Sierra Leone under the leadership of Manuel Mula when we shall be looking at the 11th EDF, which has ended, and what next for that. But you've been here for 3 years and you've described how it has been like. What's normally the role of EU ambassadors in foreign embassies?
An ambassador is interlocutor to the government and to all Sierra Leoneans, of course. We have a role in developing together with the government and together with our headquarters the bilateral relations with Sierra Leone. This includes development cooperation. I just was referring to that, but it also includes a lot of other areas, like, for example, multilateralism. Sierra Leone is currently the president of the UN Security Council, and my congratulations for that. It's an important work and it's very well done. Sierra Leone has brought the African topic back to the Security Council and has underlined the importance of the reform of the Security Council, also with regards to historical injustices in the composition of the Council. We had, for example, in February, a direct video contact between our headquarters, the EEAS, the European External Action Service, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where high-ranking officials exchanged on different topics which are relevant for the work in the Security Council. So this is also part of the work of an ambassador, to have a look on these issues, to have dialogue also on regional affairs with the government, and of course to have also a strong network and to talk with everyone. We talk with the government. The government is our main interlocutor. This is natural, but we also talk with the opposition, with the civil society, with human rights groups, with everyone, with the local councils. This is very important. Go up country and to see the realities there, and to have a dialogue also with the decision makers on the ground.
Okay. And if you just the January, they listen to the outgoing European Union ambassador to Salon, we na Manuel Mula, and they talk about in work inside Salon inside the last 3 years. This, especially if you just the January now we Facebook page. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. It has been 3 years. How can you describe your work or your tenure in terms of the roles that are expected of EU ambassadors in fostering bilateral ties between two countries, or Australia and the European Union?
I'm very happy about the state of relations between the European Union and Sierra Leone. We have set up during the last months a lot of new initiatives that I already mentioned. And especially we have fostered also the dialogue on multilateral affairs. I think that you can feel that there is a huge interest in Sierra Leone to work together with international partners, and this makes it very easy for us to do our work and to give our support also to the initiatives of the government and of the people. My main take from what I could see here in Sierra Leone is that Sierra Leone is a peaceful country. Might be that around some moments of elections, some people get a bit excited, but in general, it's peaceful and you can feel it everywhere. You can feel it, especially if you are up country. And I think this is very much important, and this should be safeguarded. It's also very important to see that Sierra Leone is exemplary in terms of religious tolerance. There are many countries in the world where this is not the case, and these countries all can learn from Sierra Leone. And this is something where I think in analyzing the situation here, where you can be proud of. And I feel also that it's very important to see that in Sierra Leone, even if there might be here and there problems, people come together, talk with each other, and find a solution, like very recently on the tripartite. And you can also be proud of it, because there are many countries in which this is not the case, where people don't talk with each other and people don't come together. So in such an environment, it's very good to work, because you can now focus on development. And this is what we are currently doing, because the country wants development, the country needs development, and we are happy to give a support.
Do you enjoy working as EU ambassador in Sierra Leone, or do you have any reservation being posted to Sierra Leone in the last 3 years?
I was happy in Sierra Leone. Okay.
What is your memorable time that you will always remember Sierra Leone for?
I will remember Sierra Leone for the people. And I traveled around to many of the districts. We had in the month of May EU Sierra Leone bus tour, which led us to, for example, Cambia, to Bombali, which led us to Kono district. And I had other trips where I visited Bo, Kenema. I was in Mongo-Bendugu Falaba district. I was at one point of time also in Tonkulili district. And what I really could see there is the resilience of the people. And I could see that people know exactly what they want. And it was impressive the way they address you, and they talk about their realities. And a very nice experience I had really was when I was in Mongo-Bendugu. I stayed there for 2 nights and could see how in a small town in a provincial area in the country, the daily life is going on. In the morning, there's a call for prayer, and then I stood up and went around and looked what was happening. I could see the people going to the mosque. I could see the livestock still on the road. Then the sun rise came, the shops opened, the school children went to school. I could see mangoes everywhere. It was a season, so many mangoes that people even didn't know what to do with that. I could see that you can approach people, you can talk with them, and if you are walking around, you get in touch easily with everyone. And what people tell you is mainly they need roads, they need electricity, they need water, they need health, and they need education. And this was mirrored at many other places. In Kamakui, I heard the same thing. But what really I think is important to better understand a situation on the ground is just stay 1-2 days at a place, stay overnight, and have not only the official meetings. Of course, we had it because we have a very strong support program for the local councils. And the reason for my trip to Mongo-Bendugu was that the district council, together with the Honorable Minister of Local Governance, inaugurated a multi-purpose hall and different market facilities that the EU had funded. And it was good to see how strong the work of the district councils in the country is, how near they are to the people. And it's good to stay some time there and not only limit the focus to Freetown. Freetown is the capital, but the capital is not the whole country.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and you listen to Manuel Mula, we the outgoing EU ambassador to Salon. The time now it's 8:02. We'll go for a short break inside the program. We can continue for a look at more issues inside the program Good Morning Salon.
Do you know you can transfer money, buy airtime, and pay all your utility bills in just a minute? You can have access to your account anytime, anywhere. Welcome to the world of fast and easy GT Wall. With the GT Wall, you can transfer money from one GT Co account to another, pay utility bills, get account statements, get airtime, and check your balance. With GT Wall, you can buy Excel anytime, anywhere. You can go to App Store or Play Store on your iPhone and Android devices, download the app, and enjoy. GT Co. Wouldn't you rather bank with us?
It's a brand new song for our customers. We're the bank with us all over the universe.
Save small and win big. UBA, they celebrate 75 years of better banking service. And na Salon, the bank done there for 15 years now. This na big celebration, and we want give back to we wonderful customer them. We don't make we business go find one for the past 75 years with the UBA Savings Legacy promo. Save small and get your own share on this 350,000 leons. 30 customer them go get the chance for win cash prize every quarter. Just put 2,000 leons and above na your account. And the more you put 2,000 and above na your account, now the more you go increase your chance for win more. No wait to capu the chance now. Your legacy starts today. The draw them go happen inside September and December 2024. Join UB for celebrate 75 years of excellence. UB, Africa's global bank.
Money in my pockets, from what I want correct. Customer service be excellent. Now that's make we the top, now the continent.
The program na Good Morning Salon, and we'll go now to other issue. Wednesday, 28 August this year, police charge one Abdulbaka, when a businessman, for Sekaway police allege say he killing girlfriend, when a see Fatu Kamara, we be the work at the Freetown City Council, Usai Magistrate Santiki Bangura and Apademba Road Court number 2, don't send Abdulbaka go on remand na the Male Correctional Center. For more on this story, Theodora Rona Bidena Court, I go now report.
The murder case where police been dey look inside between the late Fatu Kamara, wey na been foster workman at the Freetown City Council, and Abdul Paka, wey na businessman, now one way gets so much attention. The talk say police don't charge this case gonna court Wednesday, August 28. Been big news. Also, plenty people been there na Pademba Road Magistrate Court number 2. For able for know waiting at some panitin them where police use for charge this case gonna court, and safe look the accused for the first time because of the plenty thing they waiting at the public, but waiting lead to see a camera in die one. From about 10 o'clock in the morning, the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, they don't come with the accused na court, and it been sit down outside the police prosecutor that they sit down na court. The accused in facial expression, na like person we no me really glad as it been there inside in polo black hood jacket, black trousers, Jamaican socks and slippers. After about 1 to 2 hours, the magistrate court number 2 been done full up. Also, plenty people not been get side for Sidom. After this, the clerk been read the charge to the accused when a 1 count charge we get for do with murder. But according to law, this na magistrate's court and na preliminary investigation that they do. We mean say the accused not been take plead for answer if he guilty or not. According to law, after the court go don look proper one inside this case, and the prosecution proves say the accused gets case for answer. Now that same day the magistrate go ask if the accused guilty or not. Make we understand court proceedings because now the law officers department and the director of public prosecution office, they look and charge them case. Now the state can represent the IG pandem case. Outside the state been get 2 pandem where they represent them. When Juan Bull and Yusuf Isaac Sise. 1 pan the state council them when a chief superintendent of police Juan Bull, they ask the magistrate for short adjourn date because it say then just receive the file and then get for look to the lead defense counsel when Emmanuel Teddy Kuroma been same way so tell us to the family of the late Fatu Kamara. After that, he say the role where social media don't they play pan this case don't already judge inclines one time, and because inclines plenty thing the way that they talk na social media say it talk and do not correct. Way if they respond to the defense and the state's counsel them. Magistrate Santigi Bangura been say according to law and the principle where it they work by, it they look the evidence the way they present before I'm na court, and now from there it they look for judge. Not to waiting people don't they say or write na social media and say right now they accuse innocent until the court found and guilty. Magistrate Santigi Bangura adjourned this case to September 4 this year. The lawyer the way they represent the state, na Juan Bull and Yusuf Isaac Sise. And the accused in lawyer them, na Emmanuel Teddy Kuroma, J. Cole, A. Commander, J.J. Vandy and other one them. For Radio Democracy, me na Theodora Rena the report.
From the insights, they will come back to studio guest when the outgoing EU ambassador to Sierra Leone, Manuel Alexandra Mula. EU's intervention in Sierra Leone in terms of infrastructure, has been laudable. Bay Bridge and other projects, to name but a few. But currently, you've signed an agreement with the Ministry of Trade for better business climate. And currently, how can you describe the current business climate in the country, and how do you hope that this agreement will address some of those bottlenecks or challenges that the country currently faces in that direction?
I think for a country to develop, it's very much important that private sector plays a pivotal role. Development cooperation is still very important, but in a long run, the development only can be sustainable if it is driven by the private sector. Therefore, it is important to have a look on doing business environment. The government knows, and this is also very clear in the program of the Big Five game changers, and that without private sector, it's not possible to implement the Big Five and the medium-term national development program. And this is why as we share this view of the government, we decided to engage with the government in a program which will have elements to make the doing business climate better. And now it's a very new program signed just this year, so it was recently ratified by Parliament, and this will now be discussed in detail with what kind of concrete instruments the EU can support in which sectors. But indeed, what is very much important is, of course, legal security. It's also predictability for the investors. And it's also that those who come into the country, and if I say come into the country, I do not only mean foreign investors, I also mean domestic investors, because you can also have domestic investment, which is very important, that people invest in their country. They know that if they invest at the end of the day, they will have a benefit. And that they will not get problems with any kind of authority. I think we can see that there is an interest by the government to go into this direction, and there is an interest also by the private sector to invest in a change of doing business climate, and to be ally of the government, because it's in the interest of the country to implement the Big Five and to bring development to the country. And if by support to the doing business climate we can help, we are very happy about that.
Under the 11th European Union Development Fund, which is almost wrapping up, you have areas that you look at, sectors and thematic areas in terms of national development. How do you design these programs?
First and foremost, it's not us designing, it's the government designing. And this is how EU support to foreign countries works. Normally we support Sierra Leonean projects. It's not our projects, it's Sierra Leonean projects. In the 11th EDF, we had a strong element of support to roads infrastructure in the country. A large percentage, more than 80% of the connecting road between the Guinean and Liberian border was funded by the European Union. This is now an outphasing project. The last road segment that EU is co-funding together with the government is the road from Songo to the Mabang Bridge, which is currently ongoing. And we think that this investment, where we supported the Sierra Leonean Road Authority, was a good investment because road infrastructure also brings development. We have still in some programs elements of agricultural feeder roads, but the big, huge project on road infrastructure indeed is phasing out.
Under the 11th European Union Development Fund, you made mention of the strive you made in the area of infrastructure and agriculture, education, and the likes. What is the ballpark figure of these investments? I mean, the total amount.
It's important to look on what projects bring to the beneficiaries. It's easy to say there is an amount of so and so million euros, but it's important to see what at the end of the day is the outcome. We continue to be present in the areas of education and agriculture in supporting the government. And we have seen on our EU Sierra Leone bus tour and talking with the people that the projects have an impact. And this is, I think, the important question. It's not what you put into it, but what you get out of it. And this is also why I'm very happy that very soon we will start budget support, because it's important to move from an input-oriented development cooperation to an output-oriented development cooperation. Currently, many projects follow a logic of seeing what exactly you put into it, in the sense of you discuss how many motorbikes, how many computers or whatever are needed to do the project. But it's much more interesting to have a dialogue on the results, that you say, we want to have this or that result. And then to give the credit to the government and the government institution to be able to reach these results, which of course then are formulated by indicators and can be measured. I believe that this is an important way, because then at the end of the day, you can see what it brings to the people. I give an example. In the program that we'll be signing with the Minister of Finance this afternoon, there's one indicator which says that the budget allocation to the local councils is transferred fully and timely and increases each year, which means that the councils will have a more predictable way to work, because they know that there's not only a theoretical budget allocation in the budget, but they get it, and they get it on time. And this is an indicator, and the indicator can be measured. And if the indicator is fulfilled, then an element of a flexible tranche of a budget support will be paid in the following year. So I think this is very practical, and this, at the end of the day, leads to a certain outcome. And you don't talk about the input, but you talk about what is coming out. And I think this is a very important way to do. Another indicator that I like a lot is on the degree of deforestation. And if the degree of deforestation goes down, then this will have the effect that also in the flexible tranche, some money will be paid in the following year. The same thing on homegrown food production, where really you can measure the outcome, and depending on the outcome, then the support is given. And I think this is important to focus on. And it's not so much to talk about a certain amount, because the amount doesn't mean anything if you don't know what will come out at the end of the day.
Okay.
Okay, name Ambassador Manuel Alexandra Mula. We'll come back to you shortly. We're going for a break.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you go transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, will send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank. We dey here for you.
Emo,
Yes, darling.
you say you no get money this evening, but I take notice say you come with boku provision them. Make it no be say na trust you don't go trust them provision ya.
You don't wonder you say me trust. When you dey talk about the magician and banking business na the country, Zenith Bank dey number 1. You see them cardia na me an, then call them Visa and MasterCard. I can use them cardia, take money na any Zenith Bank branch na the country, any side, anytime, and any hour. I can use them cardia, do payments na supermarket, hotel, restaurant, pharmacy, or any shop where get POS machine. You can use them cardia do online payment for goods where you want pay for online. Any banking transaction where you do with Zenith Bank, you must get bank alert for inform you the client about your account transaction, or can even send notification via email or mobile SMS for you where can do deposit or cash withdrawal. For more, just go to Zenith Bank their office na 18 and 20 Rodin Street, Lumley, Kleintown, and Wellington Freetown, or them branch them na Lunge Airport, Bo, McKinney, and Kenema, or can call 076 418 482 and 088 044 238. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
The program is still listening to now. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the studio, we get the outgoing European Union ambassador to Salon, where Manuel Mula, where they talk about a diplomatic mission na Salon and how Interlec 3 years down the line, as they say goodbye to the people and government of Salon. We've been talking about the EU support to Sierra Leone. The Budget Advocacy Network, a leading advocacy group in the fiscal management in the country, was quoted saying that the European Union had stopped direct funding support to Sierra Leone due to the suspension of the Auditor General's then Lara Taylor Pierce. Can you confirm this, or do you have a contrast?
Confirm that. This unfortunately, in the social media, sometimes there's a lot of fake news going around. At the moment of time where this suspension came in 2021, we had no budget support, and what we don't have, we cannot suspend.
So you don't have budgetary support to Sierra Leone now, but it's not due to the suspension of Lara Taylor Pierce.
No, we had during the COVID time some kind of budget support, but we had no systemic budget support at that time, and this is now something very new, that we come up with budget support.
Okay, and let's look at still on the development project in Sierra Leone. One heading or thematic areas under the 11th European Union Development Fund is governance. And you came at a time when the country was preparing for the 2023 election. You were here before, during, and after the election. Let's look at Manuel Mula activities, or the European Union's activities in Sierra Leone before, during, and after the 2023 elections. First of all, how can you describe the whole elections process before we look at the EU elections observations reports and the role you played in the tripartite committee and the year after?
There has been a long tradition of the European Union supporting to electoral management bodies, and also supporting to the civil society involved in electoral support, domestic electoral observation. And of course, we had always electoral observation missions in the country, which have the beauty that at the end of the day, they come up with recommendations. And we, in our support, have been supporting Sierra Leonean electoral management bodies also in implementation of these recommendations. I'm glad to see that after the 2023 elections, the government and the opposition came together and talked. And not only talked, but also came to a result. And this result also is a full report of recommendations, useful recommendations for the reform of the electoral system. And the European Union, like other international partners, will be very happy to support the implementation of the recommendations. It's very important now to look forward, and what the tripartite committee has presented is forward-looking. It will be a good basis for the electoral reforms, also in the context of overall constitutional reform. And I must say, if we look into the recommendations of the tripartite committee, there's also a lot of coherence with the recommendations that previous EU electoral observation missions have done.
Manuel Mula is not in the good book of some ruling party supporters, and sometimes they described Manuel Mula as a man on a mission for regime change, and they base their argument on your activities before the elections, during by-elections. One is in Kamabai and the one is in Kono. You were going there with a bike. This was like someone they expected to be in the office receiving report, but Manuel Mula goes to the field on bike where it's not even accessible via vehicle. Why was that approached as the EU ambassador before the elections, in by-elections activities?
I think it is very important to go up country at every point of time, be it like I did recently, to go to Falaba district, to go to Kono district, to go to Kamakwe and other places, to look on development projects that the EU had funded. Also at a certain point of time, to travel around to better understand the situation. And I was very happy to also having been at very remote places, because it gives an opportunity to talk with the people, to understand how the situation at these places is, and also to witness that the Electoral Commission technically was in the position at these by-elections to organize without any problems, even in the middle of nowhere, polling stations and elections. I think that was a very, very good experience. And now about what people sometimes tell about what ambassadors are doing, what ambassadors are not doing. Social media creates sometimes some images. And if I listen to social media, I sometimes get the impression there must be another Ambassador Müller, because the Ambassador Müller social media sometimes is talking about, I don't know him. Yeah. So, and this, I think we have to be very mindful. I was very happy that during the elections, and this continues, this project, fact checkers like I Verify. This is important. It's important that professional journalists follow social media, that they debunk misinformation. And I can only congratulate Slaj and the journalists in the countries for doing this important work. And the difficulty is sometimes people just listen to what is said in audios, which are sent around in WhatsApp or in Facebook or Twitter. But there are many people then who don't ask questions and just believe it. And this is your role as journalists. And I think Radio Democracy, also with the independent radio network, there plays an important role, because all people listen to radio. Radio you can get everywhere. It's the most important element of the media landscape. It's your work, and you are doing a very good work, and I encourage you to continue to do that, so that at the end of the day people get factual information, and that fake news is debunked.
So having traveled widely across the country, do you believe that the EU's direct support in terms of funds to Sierra Leone is touching lives of people in provinces, in rural areas?
We for the last years have given a very strong support to agricultural projects, and agricultural projects are mainly at the countryside. We've given a support to road infrastructure, which also has a strong impact on the areas where the roads were built. We have been supporting district councils in the country, district councils which are an institution very near to the people. We can see that these projects have an impact in many of the districts. We supported the creation of some infrastructure like multi-purpose halls, market facilities, feeder roads, culverts, which now allow the district councils also to have a revenue generation, better revenue generation. And at the end of the day, people feel that, people see that. So I'm very happy that what we are supporting, and these are, as I always say, projects of the government, or of the district councils, or of local CSOs. We had recently a call for proposals for CSOs who could present projects. We have not yet selected those who will get the support following the tendering procedure, but this will come up soon. And we had projects like that in the past where CSO had consortia, including even grassroots NGOs, and we will continue that work. People on the ground should feel that there is development through the projects of the government, and of course also the civil society, supported by international partners.
Okay, in the outgoing EU ambassador to Salone, Mula, we'll come back to you. We're going for a break.
Any hour where you sleep and wake, you dey ask yourself, wetin GT Bank get for we again? Well, GT Bank gladly for tell you say, anybody can do MoneyGram and real money service na any GT Bank branch near you and receive gift wey go make you act gladly. E no mean say pass you be GT Bank customer. E like you not to customer na the bank. Just waka go na any GT Bank branch near you and do you real money or MoneyGram service and receive fine gift from GT Bank. GT Bank, it go better you bank with me.
You dey look for side for keep you money and for make you business grow? You dey look for way how you go keep money and help people in your community?
Well, now the term is so for keeping money with any community bank or financial services association, which then they call FSA, with the all side na Salone, because then a good party with good condition, very easy for the ordinary man.
Then go guide you fine one, but how for manage your money for change your life and your people them now your community. Remember say when you keep your money in a bank where they near you not just they keep money for bye, but you they help your community for go before.
So waiting you the wait, you be businessman or farmer, petit together, so he act person, teacher or anybody keep your money in any community bank or FSA where they near you and see how your life go better. Remember say them bank here they are so take go for me and you.
You dey listen to Good Morning Salone, where they come to you for the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We also get you on www.radiodemocracy.sl. And Leon Rock, the sponsor of this program, empowered by AfriCell. And we will bring this edition to you this morning. My name is Michael Kakuni Jamil.
And Musa Kamara, and my name members, if you just the journey, we get the outgoing European Union ambassador na Salone, we na Manuel Mula, and they talk about in work na Salone inside the last 3 years. But we go look at one part with headline stories. Then inside the program, we go inside the All People's Congress APC party. MP representatives them, don't they do monthly press conference, which then they inform the public about their position about the governance system. We say the APC member of parliament for Falaba district, Honorable Mohammed Alpha Jallo, say for make the feed saloon succeed, government for involve every stakeholder and pull politics out of the feed saloon agenda. Well, for more on this, we join Ala Hassan Bangura.
After the 2023 elections, results show say na SLPP and APC they na parliament, and for make them play their role as opposition of parliament, make member of parliament from the All People's Congress APC party been decide for the whole press conference every month for look at development program them, especially the big five. And this month, not to exception, who side and don't all meeting, but this time them focus na on Fit Salon, we in a government flagship program inside the big five agenda. But within the food monitoring system report say, WFP been Punlado inside February this year, Honorable Ibrahim Bari, na honorable member from Bambali district, we represent APC na the well of parliament, explain.
WFP, the food security country report for Salon, authoritatively say 78% of Sierra Leoneans we food insecure. We not get with basic meal. And then further say, above Newaya, it's a 1 in 5 household. One say household, we know it means also time mama, papa, brother, picking 20% are severely insecure. Now the world, we are among the vulnerable group. Now the one whole world, according to the WFP, this is a report. Then go further say, the global acute malnutrition rate for picking away below the age of 5, then say it don't increase. Now it is between 5 to 6% from previous one. They say 66% of household and a salon. The report say that they spend more than 70% of what they get total expenditure on food. WFP Food Security Monitoring Report. They said the proportion of households that have adopted emergency coping was 23% in the latest round of this and WFP survey. What they do.
Inside Leoneans, the honorable member we represent Falaba district, na the well of parliament, Honorable Mohammed Alpha Jallo, being continue for talk about the different category where this report say, but Pasmat angry at the country.
You know, say we've been talking earlier in our 4 categories. So the one that we manage for it and all of that, so then categorize into 2, and the one that we almost not get, whether they say they're insecure, then categorize into 2. So if you look at the one that we insecure, the one that we not get within the one, from 2018, they meet on 43%, 2019, 54%, 2020, from 54 to 53, from there, 2021, 74%, 2022 January, 73%, 2022 August, 81%, then February 2023, 78%, and then September 2023, 80%, and now February, the most recent one we have talked about earlier, 82%. So they meet this thing 43%, and now it is 82%. My brother, they are fumble. This is not a politics. This is a reality. And to be honest with you now, we country they in crisis. For me, it be say now only one person out of a group of 100 not able for eat what he want and how he wants and who say he wants. So if anybody doubt their numbers there, you yourself check for yourself. How much them they sell one bag rice 2018? 200,000. How much in the seller now? 1 million.
But within now some of the solution, we go help the Fit Salon agenda for succeed.
If this government wants Fit Salon to succeed, there are a few things obviously we they need to do. So one of the things that we me feel say them for do. Now for pull politics out of the Fit Salon program and make a national program where they involve every stakeholder, make up inclusive. So the other thing where I see lacking, and all of them projects there where we talk about are the monitoring and evaluation program. The government will put together like a stringent and a strict M&E framework where they follow to the latter and make sure that everybody is held accountable. So the other thing where I feel say the government will do or the president now for treat this matter as an emergency. For make it be say now 1% in out of a list of 100 people now aim food secure now salon, it's an emergency. It's a crisis. So we need for treat like one. We need for treat like how we treat Ebola, like how we treat COVID, like how we treat mudslide. For ADE, so we encourage the government to shock responsive social protection program for support with farmers the way they experience harvest failure and flooding, all of them things they for with agricultural insurance programs. Also for provide emergency assistance to the most vulnerable. You know, therefore construct the road, you know, therefore able to provide storage facilities, emphasize on climate smart agriculture. See the climate change, we they see flood, we they see extreme heat. So the farmers they need more than farming practices. They need for be trained on more than
farming and technological equipment when necessary.
The APC Honorable Member of Parliament end up say this engagement not only concern APC, now for help address development challenge where the country the face for the Society for Radio Democracy. Mina Alassane Bangura the report.
Well, from that report today, we come to we studio guest with Manuel Mula, the outgoing European Union ambassador at Salon. He talk about the development projects. Then we upon the European Union under internal CDC goodbye to Salon. We'll therefore look at how food we don't eat in a salon and other things what you go miss about salon. But make we look at let's look at the I'm speaking Creole to you now directly. Let's look at the EU's EU rule in the tripartite committee's work, which was we are part of the international communities that work on the tripartite committee.
The tripartite committee is a committee in which two Sierra Leonean parties, which means the government and the opposition, came together to find a solution after a difficult political situation. And I must say that I'm very happy to see that this committee brought these actors together and had an excellent result. And I congratulate the government and the opposition for having done this journey and for now having presented a report with forward-looking recommendations. And I also congratulate the government and the opposition that they have the willingness to implement these recommendations, because this looks into the future of the country. It's about how to make the electoral system better. And I think it's important to note that Sierra Leoneans at several points of time in their history came to solutions through dialogue between different parties. And therefore, I would like to focus on the role of Sierra Leoneans and not on the role of international community, because this is a result which is a genuine Sierra Leonean result, and I congratulate Sierra Leoneans for that.
After the 2023 elections, there were 21 recommendations from the EU Elections Observation Team and 7 priority areas. Amongst the recommendations is transparency and accountability in the election system, because the EU strongly believed that the election tabulation and calculation was not transparent. After the tripartite committee's work, does that position change, or you still hold on to that?
The Election Observation Mission did their observations, and the report is known, and I will not comment on that anymore. I think what is important to see is that there are now clear recommendations which were formulated by Sierra Leoneans. Many of them match with the recommendations of previous EU electoral observation missions, and I'm confident that if this is implemented, if this is put into law, the electoral system will have a better design, and this is what government and opposition wanted to reach.
If you are to change anything under your watch as the EU ambassador, what would that be?
To change what exactly?
If you are to change anything in Sierra Leone under your watch as EU ambassador, what would that be?
It's not up to me to change Sierra Leone. This is it's I don't answer to hypothetical questions, because it's the Sierra Leoneans who have to decide what they want to change. If they want to change something, it's the Sierra Leonean people expressing themselves through elections, and it's the representatives who came out of elections to reflect on what they want to change and what they don't want to change. But it's not my role to do that.
As an outgoing EU ambassador, if you tend to write a memoir journal, is there anything in that journal that you want to share with us?
I mean, when I started here, I must say my very, very first engagement in the provinces was in Bo district. I had the chance to accompany His Excellency President Biu to the inauguration of a renovated school. As you know, the EU had a program of funding the renovation of 100 schools in the country, and this was one of these schools. And there in Bo district, I arrived at the site and a bit in advance and talked with the school children. I asked them what they like in school and what they want to be once they are adults, what kind of profession they want to have. And there was a small boy, and he said, "Oh, I like mathematics." And then I said, "Okay, and what do you want to do when you are grown up?" And then he said, "I want to be president." So you can see there is a lot of ambition in the youth of the country. And it's something that I admire, that people are ambitious. And okay, perhaps not so many of those who are ambitious can become president, but there are a lot of opportunities in technical and vocational education and training, in the areas of agriculture, in the areas of construction. So all these young people who are the future of the country, when the programs like Feeds Alone and the other game changers continue to be promoted, will find good and decent jobs in areas which are job-creating machines. And I think it's important to value agriculture especially. This is a very important sector in the country, not only for feeding people, but also for having jobs. So this was one of the first highlights I had, and then mainly the highlight more at the end of my stay here was to see how the district councils do their work. And the first district council that I recently visited for a commissioning event was Kenema District Council. I was there and could see that the creation of such a multi-purpose hall can have an impact, because it also can help a council to create some more revenue. Yeah, and unfortunately, I was not in the position to go to all the provinces in the country, to all the districts in the country, but to most of them. And wherever I arrived, I could see people with a smile. And this is what I really will miss from Sierra Leone, the smile of the people. The kindness of the people, the peacefulness of the people, the fact that you can travel even alone and even on a motorbike wherever you want to go in the country, and you find people who help you. This is great. And a year ago, I got a telephone call by my brother who said that his wife has a sister, and the sister has a husband. The husband has a brother, and the brother has a cousin, and so on. And there are two girls who are currently doing on their bicycle a tour from Germany up to South Africa. And they told me that they would arrive in Sierra Leone. I said, okay, you can give them my number. And then they arrived here in October last year, and they just were traveling through West Africa, including Sierra Leone, with their bicycle. They had their tent with them, and they stayed their nights in villages where they asked where they can put their tent. They got water from the water wells by the local population. And this also says something about the peacefulness, because if two young girls with their bicycles just can cycle through a country, can stay for 1 month here in the country, and go from Guinea to Liberia through Sierra Leone, and it shows about something about peacefulness, and also about how they are received, because they were well received. even in the middle of nowhere, where usually people would not expect some European to stop and to spend a night in a village. And I only can congratulate Sierra Leone for this peacefulness and also for this welcoming attitude. And this is also what I will miss.
Okay, Ambassador, thanks for such compliment to Sierra Leoneans. Would I like to give you a special treat, a music that you, when you go back, you have fond memories of Radio Democracy 98.1. Please have a listen.
From the moment that he came to me and say bye bye, from the day you went away, you wanna make I cry. Take it back on into my eyes. I never asked you all that question, baby, can you tell me why? From the moment that he came to me and say bye bye, from the day you went away, you wanna make I cry. Take it back on into my eyes. I never asked you all that question, baby, can you tell me why? That night she came to me and say bye bye. Girl, you wanna make I cry, you wanna let my eyes go dry. You went away when I needed you so bad. Girl, you wanted me to go mad, cause I'm feeling so sad all my life. You are my honey, girl, I need you ring my life. You're the only one that got to be my wife. I'll give you money, and I give you all my life. You're the one that used to be my better half. So why won't you give me time, girl? Stay with me till we go make some money. So why won't you give me time, girl? Stay with me till we go old and die. But I want you, and I need you.
Yes, that's farewell music by Extra O. Say goodbye when perhaps the EU need you most in Sierra Leone and when Sierra Leoneans need you most, considering the project that you've highlighted, supporting countries, and you've been going places to places. That's a special dedication to you. Mula, you are saying goodbye. What would you miss about Sierra Leone? What would you miss about Radio Democracy? You've been a fan for a while.
Thank you very much for the farewell song. And of course, I will miss Radio Democracy, especially Good Morning Salone. This is what I listen to every morning in the car when going from my residence to the EU delegation. I miss it because it's a good radio show which usually sets the topics of the day, what is in the morning in Radio Democracy. Everyone will discuss during the whole day. I will miss the voices which I'm used to, like the radio voice of Musa Kamara and other colleagues. This is what has been my start into the morning for 3 years, and I congratulate you for the professionality and for the fact that you are focused on facts, on fact finding, and especially on giving a voice to everyone, because pluralism is important. There might be sometimes dissenting voices, and every voice should have a chance to be heard. And I think this is also what Radio Democracy stands for. It stands for democracy, which includes pluralism. There is not only one opinion, there are many opinions, and you make it possible that the whole country can listen to the opinions, which even sometimes are dissenting. And you also bring up discussions where people are who not have the same opinion, and this is a great value in a democracy.
Oh, we hope you make such recommendation to your successor. The partnership between Radio Democracy and the European Union continues, because we know we've been working and reporting on European Union activities here on Radio Democracy. We come to look at text messages, but quick we go and listen to walkabouts.
Another morning again, I say, toss the man, I say, toss the I say, fumble, I say, walking talking, I say, this country, I say, if we parliament, I say, it's map wrong. I say, we police, I say, then map thing. I say things that go right in this country. I say, but where is he? The police turn Langa throat. And if the parliamentarian na in that so, na so we don't leave man for longer years. I say, but I say in recent time, I don't know what to make of this video. Because the Canada way, how the public account committee they make money in the account for government couple they please me. But again, now this I can say, government office will also compliment as a jam of the government loan. I say we pay this, say, we pay this because it's not right. Ebo, Scorpion Squad. Junior Bob, you step in. But he no go step in, oh. He go remember, say how, God don't call him. I don't know if he not David, oh. How God don't call him. They listen to God in call. Now say, I say no to for Mashavad Naditino. I say, but you go able get that common Harvard knowledge. The common one where they get in there above Harvard. I say, because why the member now? How this money, but this I promise you, they bet me bicha. I say, then tell me say how Junior Bible don't open investigation. Now say investigation na this country now open. I say we go open we go don't forget self before the results they come out. I say not so it can be. I say what they want for call with temper down. Then say with the launch investigation, he done the investigation. Na so no more, and na so it can this reach. I say, oh, Chief Minister, I get liquor for you. I say, man, then they can cook for you. I say, the kind cook I see, then they cook for you at this PPSL party. I say, you go able to reach them. Me, na Honorable Akabot.
Well, from Wakabot, we come to messages them quick inside the program. We look at few of them. Kapindi.
Yeah, this first one from Michael Mansare. I personally want to use this wonderful opportunity to express my profound gratitude and thanks and appreciation to our outgoing EU ambassador to Sierra Leone, Mr. Muller, for his good work towards national building and strengthening the relationship between the European Union. I wish you well in all your undertaking.
This one say, Ambassador Muller, what sauce have you eaten in Sierra Leone, or have you been going to beaches around the town? How can you describe our touristic attractions?
This one come out from Mystic Duazaki. Say, Ambassador Muller, I want to bid farewell to you for your service. Do you have any retirement plans or want to continue as a diplomat?
This one says, Muller, what's next after serving here as an ambassador?
This now one of we inside the whole take. He says it's so sad to lose your family member at such an early age. In as much as I am sympathizing with the family of the late seer, I'm urging fellow Sierra Leoneans to allow the ongoing court investigations.
We continue for look at more text messages inside the program. Good morning, Saloon. This one say, Ambassador Mula, what will you tell Germans when you go back home about Sierra Leone?
Well, most I think time now they in favor much, so more revert to ambassador to address some of the issues raised in the text message.
Yes,
the ones
before
directly to
before you come to that, he say MOD now Facebook page. He say, I like how Mula always stressed on the EU funded projects. With that, you can respond to those messages.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the wishes. I will, of course, miss Sierra Leone. As said, I will miss the smile of the Sierra Leoneans. I will also miss cassava leaves. I have it in my garden. It grows very well here in Sierra Leone. Yes, of course. And the beaches. Yes, this is what I will miss. This is a good weekend activity, and I think they are very, very nice and pretty, these beaches, and can attract many people from here and from abroad. I go back to Berlin. As I am originally a German diplomat who for 3 years now has been working for the European Union. I go now back to the German Ministry of Foreign Affairs and will then continue to be a German diplomat. I'm very thankful about the experience here in Sierra Leone. I will really be an advocate for Sierra Leone. This is clear. Someone who was here for 3 years will remain a advocate for the country and for the people in the country. But I'm also thankful for the experience within the European Union. We are 27 member states. We are a team Europe. We are working together also with the other EU embassies who are present here on the ground. This team makes us strong, and together with the member states, we were happy to support the Sierra Leonean projects for development of the country and entertain the bilateral relations between EU and Sierra Leone. My successor, he is a Polish diplomat. He comes from the Polish diplomatic service. His name is Jacek Jankowski. He was the Polish ambassador to Addis Ababa. And he was EU ambassador to Zambia, so he knows already the EU system, and he knows already working on the African continent. And he's a very seasoned and experienced diplomat. And I think he will be a very good EU ambassador to Sierra Leone. He will arrive soon. I will leave on Friday, so it means tomorrow, after 3 years, unfortunately. The time is over and the regular term ends, and my successor then will arrive as ambassador designate on Sunday. So very soon, Sierra Leoneans will have the possibility to meet him.
Safe trip back home. As
Thank you.
You said, you are going back to Berlin. Your farewell message to Sierra Leoneans in Creole.
In Creole.
Yes.
Salon Fambudem plenty tenki. Salon wonderful country. He believes the most important democracy in the country, maintain democracy, maintain the good governance, and these are important elements for the development of the country. So I wish you a good development. Sierra Leonean people done do fine work, and I am pretty much sure that this will continue. Thank you.
Ibak, thank you for the fine work na Salon. Plenty thank you for joining us at the edition of the program, Ambassador Mula, and to wish you all the best in your new role as you go back na Germany and join the diplomatic service or the German foreign service. Plenty thank you for joining us at the edition of the program. Good morning, Salon Kapindi.
And also this edition will left you for today. Plenty executive production team. We put this program together. Special thanks to DJ Sugarcane, Fatimata, Jaffa, and others. We make una see live on Facebook. So tomorrow, me name Michael Kakudin Jamil.
And Musa Kamara DC. Bye bye.
Bye bye.